Good morning, aunties, uncles, friends, and allies. My name is 𝐑𝐞𝐬𝐨, and welcome to another episode of My API Live, where you'll receive accessible, pertinent information about health, mental health, safety concerns, and community events. For those of you new to this broadcast, the information presented in My API Live is particular to the Asian community, yet still relevant to the greater Austin communities as well. Today, we'll start with a mindfulness exercise to put into action the goals and intentions that we made for ourselves last month, so we can continue to mindfully enter 2023. I'll also talk about where you should go for any emergency shelter, food, and other resources that you may need to recover from this recent winter freeze. As you know, our broadcast is available both in Austin Public Health's Facebook page and the new YouTube channel, which is much easier to access and share with your family and friends. So please save and subscribe on YouTube to the My API Live playlist to easily find the show in the future. And we'll drop the link in the comments. So this has already been a crazy month, starting off with the intense winter freeze, leaving many families with power outages, among many other difficulties. As hard as it has been for everyone, and for those who are still recovering, I'd like to keep things moving in a forward direction, to keep the focus on how we can recover, rebuild, and have a renewed sense of self once again. I'd like for us to think back to last month's episode where we reflected on some goals or intentions that we set for ourselves for the new year based on a few questions, reflective questions that I asked. Today, we'll put those goals into action and think about initial few steps that you can take to do that. We started off last month by reflecting on last year and writing down our reflections so that we can take our thoughts a little more seriously and find time to begin working on them. There's also something to be said about writing down your thoughts on paper to release that energy that maybe you've kept hidden or suppressed in your body or mind. So let's just sit right now with what's showing up for us before we begin today's mindfulness exercise. As you sit with your emotions, if anything comes up that feels unsettling or uncomfortable, please take care as you see fit. And if it means that you pause the following practice at any point, then please feel free to do so. This is a good time to grab a pen and paper to write down your goals or intentions and ways to put them into action. But first, let's begin by getting comfortable in any sitting, standing, or lying down position. Close your eyes or turn your gaze downward. Breathe in slowly into the belly and breathe out through the nose. Breathing in and out deeply. Let's connect with our bodies a little more and imagine that the spine is stretching and is becoming longer and straighter as you breathe in and out in a rhythmic pattern. The goal here is to reduce our stress levels by bringing all our attention to the breathing, allowing the body to relax. And when we do this practice, it instantly helps to calm our nervous system so that we're not operating in a state of anxiety, fear, anger, frustration, or any other negative emotions that may hinder our well-being. So using the breath to connect to our bodies, to our minds, and our true selves is a wonderful way to begin and end your day. Taking time to reflect or engaging in an activity where you think about your day or aspects of your life is also a great way to take care of yourself. So here are some quick ways to put into action the goals, resolutions, or intentions that you've set for yourself this year. First, schedule time to organize your thoughts at the beginning of the day or even towards the end of it. Either way, make time to sit with yourself and your thoughts. Use any of the breathing practices that I've covered here to help you through this block of time that you've set out for yourself. Number 2, organize your thoughts into different sections of your life. For example, if you want to dedicate more time to cooking healthier foods at home on a regular basis, then you might organize this under the health and wellness section of your life goals. Number 3, once you've figured out these different target areas of your life, then break each goal down into easy, actionable tasks and into chunks of time. For example, block time in your schedule to prepare healthy meals in advance. You may want to schedule time to go grocery shopping on a certain day of the week every week. Planning for things in advance can be a very helpful way to save time in the end. And 4, make the commitment to start your day with working on these actionable tasks. Think of stepping stones leading the way towards your goal. Keeping these tasks simple, easy, and leave room for flexibility. Number 5, leave time in your day to make up for what you may have missed out on earlier. So if you couldn't get to your first task on the day, that's okay. Schedule it and make up for that task and do it later. So sticking to a predictable schedule is the hardest part, so stay committed. Number 6, for some of us, it's helpful to set a deadline for when you'd like to see this goal accomplished or for when you'd like to see this intention come to fruition. If there's no end date, then you leave yourself open to procrastination or life just happens and your goals or your intentions become secondary to whatever else is going on that feels more important. And number 7, lastly, keep distractions at a minimum. Silence your phone or other electronic devices so that you can put your full focus into your work or project that you've blocked out your precious time for. You can always block out time for your distractions too. As I said last month, mindfulness isn't only about how to connect with your breath and body, but it's also a way to connect with our emotions, our actions, and the motivations behind it. So looking into ourselves or our behaviors helps to identify any behavioral patterns that may or may not serve our greater purpose. This exercise helps us to gain insight to the choices that we're making and then make changes for the better. For many of us Asian moms or parents, we tend to neglect ourselves for the sake of the family. So hopefully these tips will get you closer to accomplishing your goals this year. Take a long, deep breath here and breathe out. Thanks for joining me. Last week's winter storm was one that caused a lot of damage and left many without power, causing other issues that we're all still recovering from. Let's turn to some relief information for individuals and families who may still be suffering from these difficulties. If you are still without power or can no longer afford to stay in a hotel and need a place to shower or sleep, please dial 311 or 512-974-2000 to request overnight stays with Austin 311 at the emergency shelter. For any language needs, please make sure to tell the operator that you need an interpreter and then state your preferred language. At the emergency shelter, there are sleeping cots, shower facilities, food and water, pet sheltering, and charging stations available to anyone who needs it. And once you make a shelter request with Austin 311, you will receive a call back from between the hours of 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. with information on what to do next. For those of you who are unable to get food or need food, please visit the website for the Central Food Bank, and we'll drop this in the link in the comments. Use the Find Food Now tool, or you can call 211 to find a food pantry near you. When you visit the website or when you call 211, then make sure to find out about their food distribution events, where they'll distribute free food to anyone who shows up. As you know, the ice weighed down the limbs of all the trees and caused many to break and fall. To request a collection of downed tree limbs due to the storm, you can call 311. Please have the limbs at the curb ready for collection at no charge to the customer. Austin Resource Recovery crews are working tirelessly to collect storm debris. Although it is now getting warmer and the roads have begun to be cleared, certain dangers still exist due to the remaining downed power lines. Trees have been weakened and may continue to fall, so remain aware of your surroundings. Some more resources to tap into. You can also go to 𝐑𝐞𝐬𝐴TX.org to find up-to-date information on food, housing, transportation, childcare, and more. The Virtual Multi-Agency Resource Center works to find and provide resources from multiple service providers to individuals and families affected by the disaster. You'll find these links in the comment section as well. Alas, we've come to the end of today's show. Remember, we release new episodes of My API Live on the second Saturday of every month at 10 a.m. You can view the latest and older episodes on both the Awesome Public Health Facebook page and our YouTube channel. So please subscribe to get the latest information. Thank you for joining me today, and our next episode will drop next month on March 11th. Be safe, be well, and be kind to one another.